women are dating for fathers and a lot of men are dating for mothers. That's what you see out in society today. They're looking for mothers. They're looking for dads. Think about this. The women, they asking the men what, to pay for everything and trips and all of that? That's a father. The men asking the woman, that they bleeding on the woman emotionally, that's a mother. It's just what it is. It's society, the way we're parenting is horrible. Horrible. You got kids failing right now and they still got on Jordans.
I agree with that, yeah.
Why? Because my baby ain't going outside looking crazy.
But I feel like that's a lot in our culture. It's funny, guys, because I have a friend who worked for a college, right? And this was at Nassau. I don't know where a lot of you guys are from, if you're from New York, but if you're familiar with Nassau, it's a community college, right? And she said when she was working in Bursar is where you make the payments, right? She said that you would have a lot of, she would kind of realize that you had a lot of like the white families would come in, and I'm not saying all, this is what she said. A lot of the white families would come in, they pay the full tuition. Okay, my son has to take 18 credits, boom, 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 here. Indian families, Asian, whatever, Spanish. She said a lot of black kids, they coming in, do your sneakers, do your belt, do your everything. Oh, I got to drop 2 or 3 classes to be able to pay this and go on this. The most, I think for a lot of black people, again, I'm not saying who, but I'm talking about my own culture, my own race. We do so much lavish. We worry about the wrong things. We care so much about an image, and we care so much about, you know, social media, the likes and the prom. Like I see people preparing for the prom, and they need to rent the most lavish car. The kid ain't even make it. You don't even know if your child's going to college. You don't even know if he got into a school. And I feel like, I'm not saying you don't reward your children for effort. I'm not saying when your kid does good, you don't reward, but I feel like, what's the limit? Now your kid has on $2,000-$3,000 shoes. He got on, you know, you done rented a $20,000 chain. There was one mother where she must have took all her money out of the bank to just throw it in the air, but it was surrounded by family because we all got to catch it because it got to go back.
Why?
Just to show off. Like, these proms are super lavish, super crazy, but your kids are taking out student loans. Your kids aren't even, you don't even know if your kid is going to school. Like, I feel like for us, that's where we have to kind of like step back. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we would rather look rich than to be rich. And that's what I hate about our culture.
I'm going to give you 2 examples. My daughter, when she used to get up, she used to wake up with an attitude. And her mother
who used to wake up with an attitude?
Remember, I have 2 children before my new child.
I know that.
She would say stuff like, you know, that's just her. No, that's not just her. That's what you allow her to be.
Her mother used to say that.
Yes. That's just her. She wakes up with attitude. No, that's what you allow her to be. You get up, you speak to everybody, say good morning.
Right.
Now she gets up, good morning.
Yeah.
It took me consistent structure showing her we're not going for that. We're not going for that. First thing she do, she get up, good morning to everybody, good morning.
Right.
Right? There's a book called I make my own bed.
Right.
And it teaches these disciplines that people deviate from but still expect people to do. Right? Going further. When my daughter was born, I said, we're not doing Jordans and all these lavish things. When she was born, I said, give me 500. Give me 500. The day she got her social security number, we put $1,000 in her bank account. We opened up a custodial stock account, and every birthday, every Christmas, and every single, like Valentine's Day, I add money as her father. But now you fast forward, she's 4. She's almost at $60,000. Yeah. Right? But again, my woman had no understanding of this. But this is the difference of getting a great leader. A great leader creates structure. And when it deviates from the structure, that man is willing to walk away from what he's not seeing as structure. So what I'm going, let me finish. So when now fast forward, I didn't want to give my daughter the lavish birthdays.
Right.
I didn't want to give my daughter, you got Daughter Explorer in your yard and you crying about the rent at the end of the month. Do I believe what's going on is you have mothers for the most part who believe that I don't want my child to feel the financial struggles I felt. And I feel the guilt. But in reality, you're not helping them.
Yeah.
All you're doing is prolonging a surgery that needs, you're putting a Band-Aid on something that needs surgery. The major issue is in that situation is the child not having the structure and having understanding the value of money. They're going to continuously look at it as how you got your child thinking because you rent the Lambo for one day you lit. That's
I
a
don't know,
horrible parent.
our culture does that. I agree with you when it comes to kids, because I feel like with my boys, I started that early. The college funds, the savings bonds. I know they say savings bonds ain't, but I did that when they were like a couple months old. I started the college funds. I started all of their own accounts. Like, I don't know if you guys, what is it called? I think it's called Greenlight. I don't know if you guys have kids where it's like the little debit card, and my kids have had that since they were young. So every week, instead of giving them an allowance, I put it in that account. So it takes it out of my account and puts it in their account. So my almost 13-year-old has a ton. My 8-year-old obviously has a little less because he's younger, but it's teaching them that I don't need to put the money in your hand. The money is there and you could use it. So now when my son goes to the store and I'm like, here's your card. You want something by? He's like, I don't really know if I want to spend my money. I'm like, all right.
But think about it.
It's just teaching you that it doesn't grow on trees, and this is what we're doing. So I feel like it is very important for our culture to set our kids up, because my parents weren't able to do it because they weren't. You know what I'm capping for what? Like, I don't need to cap.
Keep going.
Like, our parents didn't do it. I saw it and I read it. My parents didn't do it for me. They weren't able to do it for me. So the fact that I'm able to do it for my kids is something that I feel like I have to do. Life insurance. I feel like another thing in our culture, a lot of us don't have that. We believe, I remember people used to tell me, oh, you know, you're way too young to have life insurance, or why do you have life insurance for your kids? The minute that my kids, my husband and I, we set it up. Like, listen, we all need life insurance policies.
Now
we need to set up something. And I mean, not on just me and you, but our kids. We need to know that God forbid something happens. We're not on here setting up a GoFundMe, talking about I need this. So people could laugh at us talking about they wearing Burberry coats, but they need money for burial. We don't want to do that. So I feel like financial literacy is key. And just teaching our kids something we didn't know. I wish somebody would have taught me that if I would have invested in an Apple stock $1,000 when I was 18, I would have been a millionaire. No one taught me that. So for me, it's for me to teach my kids, like, listen, I'm not telling you money is everything, but you need it. And if I can help you, you know what I'm saying? To just set my kids up. I know when my kids turn 18, there's the money that's there. You choose to do. I would rather go broke, making sure my kids is good, than to be out here flexing. I swear to God, I will go broke, making sure they're good, than to be out here flexing.
You know, the true formula of making your child a millionaire is, first birthday, you put $1,000 in. Every birthday, you put $500 in. And then every single birthday, every month, you put about $50 to $25 in every single month until they're 18. After 18, you leave it alone, let it compound. By the time they about 25 to 35, they'll have over $1 million guaranteed.
Right.
Guaranteed. But again, you know what it is. We want to look like we have more than what we have. And then you heard in the next generation, we would say the economy has gotten expensive. The only reason why the economy is expensive because our parents didn't know financial literacy. The economy's been getting expensive. From my grandfather to my mother to my generation to my son's generation. It's been like that since the beginning of the time. You take the 60s, got more expensive in the 70s. It got more expensive in the 80s. It got more expensive in the 90s and 2000s. It's going to continue to be like that. But what's going on is you're seeing people that came to test underprepared. They didn't come with their notes. They didn't do anything. They just sat there, didn't study. And then the parents, they got older. You know what? I feel disgusted that I didn't have these nice things. You got to make your child believe that I am him or I am her without the luxury items. When your child feels like you teaching them a copycat mentality, you're nothing without the latest J's. And everyone got on these sneakers, so I have to have the latest sneakers. You're supposed to build their confidence where they don't care. You know what I'm saying? And if you are in the area that's teaching your child, yo, you ain't nothing without Jonas, more than likely you in a bad area.
But do you feel like a lot of Black people in our culture, I'm going to say men and women feel better when we look better? Like, we need to have the nicest car. We need to have the nicest this. Like, it's all about stature. I
think it's most people that's insecure with themselves. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as I've leveled up, Shay, the most successful people I meet, they drive the most modest things.
Agreed.
And they live very modest. Agreed. Wealthy people plan on how they're going to make more money. Broke people plan on how they're going to spend more money.
Agreed.
So therefore, again, the people that you're talking about are very, 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 very people who are very insecure with their truth.
Agreed.
And they live in a delusional space because it makes them feel better about a falsified reality. Because Adam Sandler would put on the junkiest clothes that we consider junky, jump out of his driver's chauffeur truck and go play basketball in the middle of nowhere, and he has a $500 million net worth and don't care about how you perceive him. Because he don't view money as a god, he view money as a tool that's allowed him to have the time to do whatever the hell he wants. We look at money as a tool to make us look like we're in positions we're not. Two different mentalities.
Remember I used to say to you, so my husband is Indian, guys, totally different culture, right? And when we first started dating, I never understood why he was so cheap. I'm like, yo, he is so cheap. Like, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, you don't want to go here, you don't want to go there. And he would always say, like, I need my kids to have, I need my kids to have. And his parents established things for our kids, like, they bought land. Like, there was land in my kid's name and stuff that I was just, back then I was very immature, just being like, oh, well, we need to buy this and do this and do that. And they're like, like, we need to make sure that if God forbid something happens to us, these kids are good. I need this house to be in this one's name and this house to be. So I feel like other cultures established that from young. A lot of times I feel like we had a false start, guys, because we didn't even have the opportunity. 100%. Do y'all remember 100%. Back in the day, there were some places, there were some towns that like you couldn't even, Black people couldn't even own property. You couldn't even sell to us. So I feel like we kind of had a slow start, but even with the slow start and whatever we have, I think we could do a little bit with it. Like, buying a home for me was a big decision. 100%. Like, oh my God, 100%. Do we need a home? But I look at it now like it's for my kids. It's not for me. I don't need to live in a house. I can live in a room. I can live in a basement. I can live in an apartment. You know the house for my kids.
A house is your first family bank.
Yeah, it's that's all it is for my kids. So I like the fact that I think financial literacy, guys, should be taught in every school. I think if we learn that, I think that should be something that they teach. My son's school now, they're doing it in 8th grade where they teach financial literacy is one of the curriculums. And I think it's amazing. I think it's something that we need to learn, because had we known some of the things then that we know now, things would be a whole lot different. And I think a lot of races and cultures have a head start because our culture are just so, we behind.
Want to blow your mind?
We behind.
I could do it on live right now. I call Quinn in right now. Tell her to bring her iPad and ask her what company made the chip that's in your iPad. You know what she's gonna say? NVIDIA.
She knows.
And she's 4 years old.
Yeah.
At 4, Tyler. Am I capping? At 4.
Yeah.
I'm lying, Kenzie? My daughter, I sit here and say, Quinn, name 3 pair of Jordans. I'll give you $100. She gonna fail that. Yeah. I tell my daughter to name 3 tech stocks at 4 years old. She can name it. Mm-hmm. Because again, the information that we claim that they withheld from us, we were holding it from our children.
Yeah.
We're doing the same cycle.
Yeah.
And then they get mad and blame the world. And I'm like, no, it's you. You the one that stopped opening books. You the one that stopped learning. You the one that's insecure. You the one that don't want to hear truth. You the one that want to look rich.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they get mad at that.